Like with three kids, do you have time to like get high?
Shit, I'm just trying to work, survive, hate my fucking job, work with a bunch of dope heads.
What's your job?
I'm a manager at a fucking Applebee's.
Hello?
Oh my fucking god.
What's your name, lad?
My name is Nick.
Nick. What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not shit. How's it going?
I'm actually feeling pretty okay right now. I'm excited to talk to you. What's up? What's up, man? What do you want to talk about?
I'm excited to talk to you. Fuck, I don't know. I'm nervous as hell now. God damn it.
Have we ever talked before, Nick?
No.
All right, cool. Who are you? You have a bombastic personality.
Well, thank you. I don't think anybody's ever said that to me before.
Who are you?
I'm a guy.
Sure are.
I'm a guy that does things.
Sure are. What kind of things?
Hell yeah. Mostly just hang out with my kids, work,
How old are your kids?
They are 6, and I have 3-year-old twins.
Holy fucking jeez. How old are you?
I'm 28. I probably sound like a child, but yeah.
No, you're if you have 3 kids, you're a total you're an adult. You're a real adult. That's really cool. Well, how's
real adult, real person.
You're a super real person. How's being a real adult?
Fucking awful, man. I mean, being a parent's cool, but being an adult is fucking awful.
Yeah, why? Tell me more.
So, like a year ago, I had this really bad fucking mental breakdown because some real fucked up shit happened with my family and all that. Ever since then, I smoke weed, and then I just sit there, and I'm like, man, I'm going to die. Everybody that I care about is going to die, and nothing's going to mean anything.
Really? How often do you do that?
Almost every time, and all it takes is like a puff or two.
How often do you get high? You said you're doing it every day?
Yeah, most of the time. It used to be nonstop, but now I'll smoke like a bowl a day.
What were you saying?
It's just like, it's a bad time, but I've been doing it for so long that like my brain and my body are like, you fucking need this, you piece of shit.
I'm like genuinely curious because I've been just thinking about, I've like been imagining what my life would be like if I had to take care of things that aren't me. And it's like, don't you, like with 3 kids, do you have time to like get high?
Yeah, they're good kids. They go to sleep on time. One of them's in school.
Okay. Do you have someone do you have a wife?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend.
I heard a daddy in the background.
Yeah. Go eat
Sorry, I
dinner,
can't right now. I'm talking to the therapy gecko.
Exactly. They see you occasionally. They know I'm actually being you for Halloween. And I've had one person be like, "Are you supposed to be the therapy gecko?" And I'm like, "Yeah, rocks. Fuck yeah, hell yeah."
That's sick. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. So you feel like you said you have a mental breakdown every time you get high?
Yeah, pretty much, and it all stemmed from one really bad mental breakdown I had like about a year ago.
Well, how do you like? Okay, can I ask you? I'm just curious. I'm curious how your brain works because I know what like existential dread feels like. Like when you're high and you're in the middle of that dread and you're like, nothing matters. I'm gonna die. Everyone I care about's gonna die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you in this moment, like literally right now? Are you sober? Are you high right now?
Yeah, I'm sober. My kids are awake. I'm not gonna get high around these little shits.
Right now, in this current second, do you feel the way that you felt? Do you feel those existential thoughts? Do you like?
No, not really. It could be because I'm on a call with the fucking Gecko right now, but no, not really.
Okay. All right. It's interesting because when like that kind of shit kicks in, or it's almost you almost think in your head you're like, oh no, this is my brain forever now, and that's like scary.
Yeah, that's accurate.
But but that's not true because here you are, after having once believed fully, truly, genuinely with your whole soul that nothing mattered. You stand in this moment knowing that to not be true, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to wrangle some little shits. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You have nothing at all to remotely be sorry for. What else is going on in your life?
Shit, I'm just trying to work, survive, adulting like we brought up before. Hate my fucking job, work with a bunch of dope heads.
What's your job?
I'm a manager at a fucking Applebee's.
That's cool. Do you yell at people a lot? Do you yell at your staff?
No, they don't pay me enough to do that.
Do your bosses yell at you?
No, fuck that. I won't stand for that shit.
All right. So you don't yell. All right. So you don't yell at anyone, and no one yells at you. Tell me what is it? What upsets you the most? Because you sounded like very upset. I'm curious what the specific aspects are that upset you.
There's a lot of drug addicts that I have to put up with, and I get sick of dealing with drug addicts all the time.
Sure.
Like
what
the
kind
bad
of drugs?
They're all tweakers. I think there's one crackhead, but most of them are tweakers. But I guess it is an Applebee's.
What's a tweak? Is a tweaker? Is the concept of a tweaker associated with a specific drug?
Usually crystal methamphetamine.
Interesting. Have you ever done meth?
No, I was prescribed Adderall at a very young age, so it's kind of like, been there, done that for the most part. I mean, it's a diet meth, but.
So what the people who work for you that are drug addicts what do they do to make your life more difficult?
Fuck. They don't show up for work. They come to work tweaking. They bring random strange meth heads into work with them for some fucking reason.
That's
yesterday I had some scrawny little fucking junked out hobo come in, and he's like, "Hey, it's William here." And then they disappeared for like fucking 20 minutes. And I'm just like, what the hell? No, I gotta do the shit you're supposed to be doing when I got my own shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
Have you, no, it's all right. Have you ever made any good friends or business connections this way? Like somebody brings somebody into your restaurant who's on drugs, and you're like, I know that you're on a lot of drugs, but you actually seem like a cool guy, and I want to hang out later. You ever anything ever like that?
Yeah, I've met a few of them actually. When I got hired on, and I wasn't a manager, everybody who worked there was like somebody who I've known for a really long time, so it was an enjoyable place to work at that point. Okay, all right. So you're making, sure, it's probably not fun when people just bring random people on meth into work, but maybe you guys can have a play date afterwards, and it's kind of nice. Yeah. God, I hate drug addicts.
What else?
I've been drinking.
Well, can I ask you? You've been jerking a lot, jerking off?
No, drinking a lot.
Oh, drinking.
No, I don't have to jerk it. Not that often. Shit.
What? How often are you drinking? What are you drinking?
I usually only drink on my days off, and I stick to beer these days. But there's still like this guilt that I live with of like, man, I'm drinking too much, even though I drink like 4 beers a week.
That's an interesting question. Are you drinking too much? I guess that's kind of up for you to decide. Well, you have kids, so if your kids told you that you were drinking so much that they didn't feel like they could recognize you anymore, that's something.
Yeah, anytime
But
I'm doing any of this stuff, they're not
yeah.
around. I'm not a total piece of shit.
That's cool. That's cool. No, I don't think you're a total piece of shit at all. I don't think you're a total piece of shit.
Thank you. I try my best to be a good person.
What's up with the kid's mom?
Oh, yeah, we live together. Things have been better now, I guess, than they used to be, which was kind of the cause of the mental breakdown that I had a year ago.
How long have you... So you, your wife, and your 3 kids all live in the same house?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty great. And you and your wife... Is she your wife?
No, she's my girlfriend. I don't think we're ever going to get married.
Do you and your girlfriend get along?
Most of the time recently, but like last year around this time was very bad and one of the darkest points of my life. But things are a lot better now.
In what ways have they gotten better?
We don't argue so much. That's a big one. She finally got a job.
Did you have like a central thing that you would argue about?
Shit, no. She's got a lot of mental shit. I've got a lot of mental shit. It was rough for a while, but it has gotten a lot better.
That's good. What does she do? So you work at the Applebee's. What does she do?
Yes, and she works at the college that is in my town. I live in a fucking college town.
Cool. Very cool. Did I ask you already how long you two had been together?
No. We've been together for about 4, almost 5 years, something like that.
4, 5 years. So, but you have a 6-year-old, right?
Yes.
So, is that with her?
It is my stepchild, actually, but I've been raising her since she was real young, so I just consider her mine.
Okay, so it's her. So you have...
yes, I have the twin boys.
You have the twin boys, and then she has a child from another thing. Yeah,
and that was a whole shit show, but we're not going to get into that.
Oh, okay, all right, sure. And this. Oh, so from the way it sounds like you've been raising this kid for since she was like born, and she calls you. She's like you're like her dad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You sound like you have a pretty nice life.
Yeah, it's gotten better. I've done a lot of dumb shit, but I'm making up for it now, I feel like.
So yeah, tell me more if you want.
Oh, shit. I used to do a lot of acid, and I think that's a big cause of why I can't smoke weed anymore, because what's that shit called? HPPD, where you do way too much hallucinogens.
Yeah, and you get like visual snow.
Yeah, I think I got a little bit of that, and that fucks with me from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do hallucinogens anymore. Fuck that. God. Fuck that.
Do you miss doing acid a lot?
I miss cocaine.
What how long what do you miss about cocaine?
Being high as hell.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, you're I don't really I don't know you, but you sound like you're like living like pretty responsibly, and that it took you like a while to get there, and that you're like sacrificing a lot to be able to do it.
You're pretty much on it. I don't like to think very highly of myself, but yeah, you're pretty much on it. You're pretty much nailing it right there.
Yeah, that's just armchair therapy, but I respect that. I have a lot of respect for that, because I'm gonna just keep making assumptions about your life. You sound like
no problem.
You sound like you overcame a lot of like your natural conditioning in order to achieve higher life objectives, and I sincerely I have a deep respect for that. So, you know.
Hey, that means more to me than you could ever know. I'm a huge fan. I've been watching for a while.
Yeah, has that been hard?
Not really. No, honestly, it came pretty easy. I think there came to a point in my life where it's just like, man, I need to grow the fuck up.
Do you think you'll be able to sustain this for the future?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's cool. That's great. That's awesome. Do you have any advice for me, Nick?
Shit. I know you seem depressed a lot. Yesterday, I was in the chat, and I was like, are you depressed, Geck? Because I think I am too.
Yeah, I think I get depressed pretty often. I'm just my number one priority to figure out. I'm obsessed with figuring out how to not be, and I think I'm getting really close. So I'll let you know when I figure out the meaning of life. I'll try to pass it on to you.
Yeah, I also have an eating problem, like you talk about. I eat like shit, so bad.
Yeah.
My kids don't. My kids are always eating real healthy, and then they see me eat some garbage, and they're just like, Dad, come on.
That's good. You know what? That's a funny thing, because sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, is having kids, is there a version of it where you're like, you get to a certain age, and you're like, all right, I fucked up this human being whose body I currently inhabit. Let me just blank slate, and let's try again with a human being that's not me, and we can not fuck this up, you know?
Yeah, like I just made them a whole bunch of pasta with like veggies and stuff in it, and then they just watched me eat like 6 corn dogs to the face. And they're just like, Dad, come on, get your life right.
That sounds like a right life to me. Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go, Nick?
I love you, Geck. I love
Thanks,
you,
man.
chat. I hope my call wasn't boring.
No, you're keep doing your thing, dog.
Hell yeah! I hope I make it on the podcast. Actually, I'm not sure. That's kind of a terrifying thought. But you have.
I'm putting this in the pot. This is the podcast. This is the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, later, buddy.
I liked that guy. You know, he clearly cared about his kids enough to give them food. So I think that's a noble quality to have. I had a lot of respect for that guy. I do. He he's making it's hard to make the life that he's making work is a life that sounds really hard to make work, and I have a lot of respect for that. Hello?
Oh my gosh. Hi, this is so stressful.
Hi, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Hespi.
Say that one more time.
Hespi.
Hespi.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
What's up, Hespi? How you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, I guess. A little bit too stressed, I think. My whole body's shaking, so I'm trying to relax.
Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from the Netherlands.
Oh, you're calling from the Netherlands. Oh, I've been massively dick riding the Netherlands lately. I love the Netherlands. I'm gonna dick ride it some more. I love it's walkable. It's got great architecture. It's got great greenery. It's awesome. Where in the Netherlands do you live?
Well, I live up in the north, so it's a city, like it's kind of a small city called Groningen. And actually, I'm a student here, so I've been living here for like 2 years now.
Cool, bro. Are you from there originally?
No, I'm from Iran.
Oh, Iran. Oh, cool, dude. Where in Iran did you grow up?
Oh, in Shiraz. It's kind of like southwest, I want to say.
And what you said you went there for? You came to the Netherlands for school.
Yeah.
What year are you in?
Well, I'm in my second year of bachelor's, but I did 3 years of bachelor's in Iran, and then I dropped out. I did 3 years of mechanical engineering, and then I moved here to do economics.
Jeez. Did you just like come by yourself? Did you know anyone?
Yeah, by myself, not knowing anyone. It was kind of scary.
Right.
It was like, now thinking about it, looking back, I don't know how the fuck I did that. But yeah.
That's cool. So tell me about what kind of life you've been able to build for yourself the past couple of years.
Well, okay. So when I came here, I lived in a house. I mean, in a room. I had 15 housemates, and I had a room that was like 9 square meters for about like 6-7 months because it was the cheapest option I could get. And then luckily I got a studio, which is kind of better. And I had really good housemates, so I'm still in contact with them. We kept in touch. I have a boyfriend now, and oh my god, my voice is shaking. Yeah.
Is he a tall, beautiful, blonde Dutch man?
Oh. No. Well, he's ethnically from Iran, and but he grew up here and he was born here. So
cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying life?
I don't know. I feel like not as much as I should.
Okay.
Because like I had this opportunity, and I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis. I mean, not really midlife. It's like a quarter life crisis. And yeah, so I was really depressed and anxious when I moved here. I got into this really deep depression, and I figured out that I was burnt out. So now this is a healing process, I guess.
It's good. I'm really, very selfishly, I'm really bummed to hear that you're anxious and depressed. Because for me, when I get anxious or depressed, one of my like defense mechanisms is like, fuck all this. I imagine life in where I've moved to a foreign country and abandoned all I ever was, including anxiety and depression. And in my head, the Netherlands is one of those places. So in my head, when you live in the Netherlands, anxiety and depression just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So hearing that there is a person in the place where I imagine everything to be amazing all the time is experiencing everything not being amazing all the time just crushes me. You know what I mean?
I know. But the thing is that I also thought that I'm going to run away from everything, like run away from my depression and anxiety and everything when I leave Iran. But then the thing is that you bring everything with yourself. You know? Like if you're the problem, you're going to be the problem everywhere. Yeah, so you just find like new angles of life to be depressed about.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. I'm sorry to crush your dreams.
It's all right. It had to happen. It had to happen at some point.
Yeah.
So what's?
I decided on your show in Amsterdam, by the way.
Oh, you're coming to the Amsterdam show.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I can make it there because it's just like I have to take the train from here, which is 2 hours, and I have to pay for the train. And also, it's the same day as my birthday, so there are going to be some plans here. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but I'll try my best.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Not sure. Usually, we just go out for dinner, and I get my birthday presents and stuff.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it sounds like you have like a nice little community out there, enough that you can, do a birthday.
Yeah, I have a few friends and a boyfriend, so that's good.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
So, tell me more about your healing. What are you doing to heal?
Well, I go to therapy sometimes twice a week, which is crazy, I know. And other than that, it's just that I learned to do sometimes the bare minimum and allow myself to, to like some days not do shit and be okay with that.
Oh yeah.
And it was really difficult for me. I don't know why, but like I have an exam tomorrow, and the whole day I was thinking that I have to get a 10 for that exam. Oh, it's out of 10. Well, I'm just like trying to remember that I just need to fucking pass. Like I do not need to get a 10. So for now, I'm just trying to do bare minimum in my life. That's part of the healing process.
I resonate with that so deeply. I really do. I think that there's a weird... I know it's like misconstrued as laziness, and I've battled with it myself, but I so deeply resonate with just being like, let me just do the bare minimum so I don't go insane. I resonate with that a lot. I've been thinking about that a lot. That's one of the... If you're watching the video version of this podcast, you'll notice that I'm not in my normal setup, and that's honestly because I was like, I don't feel like doing it. I feel more comfortable doing this. But look, we're having an interesting conversation right now, which to me that's my version of passing the test. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's good. The pressure to be interesting on this podcast is so much.
You're being... I don't care about people being interesting. I just care about them being themselves, you know. So I mean, you are inherently in an interesting situation. So what's the well, actually, I wanted to ask you that. What did I didn't ask you this? Was there a specific thing that you wanted to talk about in this situation, in this phone call? It's okay if not. There's other stuff to work with.
I just wanted to talk about anxiety, about the stuff that is like, I know it's out of my control, but I'm still anxious about it. Like I keep trying to tell myself, yeah, it's out of my control. I cannot do anything about it, but it still affects my life.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like acceptance is it's not like a one-time deal as much as you want it to be. It's a recurring practice, you know.
So I just have to like keep telling myself that it's out of my control, and one day it would be fine.
Oh, I can't tell you if one day it will be fine. I don't have that data. But I can only speak from my personal experience with trying to accept that things will be fine. All I can say is that it's a recurring. You have to kind of consistently reinforce to yourself that you're going to be okay. You know, it's not just a thing that you decide once and it's forever there. It's like changing your fucking. It's like a habit. It's like you have to get into the habit of positively thinking about things and accepting things.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But like, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
So, for example, let me use you. So I'm kind of like currently, I'm kind of worried about like the situation. I don't want to get like into politics and stuff, but it's just like the situation that, is it going to be a war there or not in Iran? And like my family lives there, and I'm still getting money from my family. Like I cannot support myself completely, even when I like work here. So they send me money sometimes, and they pay for my tuition fee. And I'm also concerned about their health. If something happens, if the war starts in Middle East, I don't know. And compared to that, sometimes like the problems that I have in my daily life, they feel so insignificant that I cannot bring myself, like, I don't know. I cannot bring myself to focus on my exam. I cannot bring myself to go to work or do something. Like, that was the main reason that my depression started. Because, like, there's so many things happening. Like, I feel like my life is falling apart. And I'm just here trying to, I don't know, keep my head above water, I guess.
By the way, do me a favor. Are you holding your hand over the microphone or anything like that? You're tiny bit muffled.
Oh no, I feel like I'm just like too stressed that like my voice is shaking and the words are not getting out.
No. The words are definitely getting out. Well, oh man. Well, first of all, I'm really, really sorry to hear that that's going on. I feel like I can't. I don't think I could realistically sit here and tell you that the way to deal with your family being in a war zone is to do some breathing exercises, because I don't know if that's the thing. But you say it makes all your like day to day life feel more insignificant.
Yeah.
Is that like a good thing? Does that take the pressure off of things at all?
No, not really, because like now I'm like, why would I take care of myself? Like, I don't know, even the smallest, like I cannot sometimes get out of bed because like, what am I gonna do to fix anything? Like nothing I do matters.
Oh, I don't know.
It feels like everything's out of my control.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like that was like too heavy.
No, I don't. Don't be sorry. These are I'm making those noises because you're talking about some real shit, and you're just making me think about these things. They're interesting to think about. What is the point?
It's weird, like, because I get anxious about my daily life. Like I don't know, even about the like stupid chores. Like if I get anxious about it, it means that it's important to me. At the same time, I feel like it's not important enough for me to do anything about it. But why do I get anxious about it? So it's just like I cannot even tell what's happening in my brain right now.
Let me actually play with this a little bit, because I've been thinking about this in my own thing. I also often think, like, what's the point of giving a fuck about my life? Because there's so many things out of control, and because, like, what's the point? There's more important things going on in the like world at large besides just like fucking me. So why do I matter, and why does my happiness matter, and what's the like? I've really thought about these things. I've like talked to fucking ChatGPT about these things and trying to figure it out. And I think I can only just speak from my lived experience. Like for me, I think when I reach a conclusion about this stuff, I just go, you know what? It's my fucking life. I'm gonna care about it. I'm just deciding. I know it's kind of oversimplification, but it's just a matter of deciding that you care about your own life and deciding it's important to you that you be happy, and trying not to feel like shame in that, because there's no point. Yeah, I don't think it's a shameful thing to want to give a fuck about your life, although I definitely have experienced that. But yeah, it's my fucking life, and I care about it, and I confidently care about it. So I'm trying to. Again, it's a recurring mental exercise, but this is what it comes down. I don't know if I said anything just now, but that's where I land. That's where I land.
It is interesting, like to intentionally deciding that this is my life and I'm gonna do something about it. I don't know if I was like, for a long time I was in the state that like I didn't even care enough about myself to decide that for myself.
Right.
So I was kind of like, whatever happens, happens. But maybe now I'm in a more, I don't know, I'm in a better place to decide about what I want.
Is weed legal where you're at? Do they still have those weed cafes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Coffee shop.
Cool. That's cool. See, in the States, I was just gonna say, in the States, like, weed is legal, but there's no, like, coffee shop. Like, in Amsterdam, you can buy a joint and then hang out at the place and smoke it. But in LA or New York or any of these, or Denver even, it's like there's no like lounges, or like there are lounges, but you can't buy weed at the lounges. You have to like buy it at a store and then go into the lounge. Unfortunately, I'm in Amsterdam for like a day. Like I arrive there at like a 9 a.m. And I'm jet lagged, and I'm gonna try to enjoy the city, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up, and I gotta do the show, and then I gotta get the fuck out of there. So it's a bummer. I wanted to spend more time there. I wanted to. Eventually, I'll go back when I'm not. It's a problem because I'm like working. I'm doing these shows. But I want to go there to just like spend some time and hang, and look at cool Amsterdam shit.
Yeah, I've never like stayed at Amsterdam more than like 1 or 2 days, but it is cool. But dude, I want to tell you this. I worked at a coffee shop for like a few weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was nice. Like there's a lounge and you can also buy it there, so it's fun.
I remember the first time I went to Amsterdam, I went to one of those coffee shops. It was the coolest fucking thing ever. And I just remember them having like, I remember they handed me a menu. And on the menu, it was a selection of different milkshakes you could get, and then a selection of different like joints you could buy. And I was like 20, and I was like, "This is the coolest place I've ever been in my entire fucking life."
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know. And the sad thing is, I don't smoke, so.
That's good. It's bad for you. What's your name again? Hesty. Well, Hesty, thanks for sharing all this stuff, and I hope you're doing all right. Life is kind of crazy.
Thank you for all the advices, Gek. It was nice talking to you.
Anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Oh, no, nothing. No,
well,
I don't think so.
See you later, dog.
Okay, have a nice night.
You too. Bye-bye. Do I have any post-call thoughts? Yeah, I don't know. Have I gotten too serious? I mean, we're kind of past that point. I don't think there's any turning back. Has this show gotten too serious? Have I gotten too serious? I wonder that sometimes. I wonder if I've like become too sincere, because I don't think I ever set out to like do a very sincere thing. But now that I've kind of, I mean, this has been a sincere. This has had strong sincerity to it for basically the entire time it's existed. But now I don't think I could go back. I used to do like the comedy that I did before I did the Gecko was not sincere. It's very like absurdist, and I don't think I could go back. I think I would feel like empty. It's weird because I want to be sincere enough that I feel like I'm doing something that matters in some degree, but I don't want to be too sincere to where I'm like, oh, I've really gotten myself into something that's not reflective of who I am or is too intense for me as a person. And I feel like I've crossed some of those lines, but overall good. Overall good. I like the live shows. The live shows are a little less. They have sincere moments, but they balance it out with diarrhea. But I don't know. Whatever. I still like doing this podcast, so I'm gonna try not to be crazy. I'm gonna try not to be a crazy person, except after phone calls when I go on long fucking rants like a crazy person, which I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna keep going on this rant until it's over, which it's about to be right now. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me all right?
I can. What's your name?
My name's Orlin.
Orlin. What's up, Orlin? Have we ever talked before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, what's going on with you, Orlin?
Currently at McDonald's.
You're currently at
What's going
McDonald's.
on with you? Yeah.
What are you doing
trash
there?
Food for the night. Picking up some trash food for the night.
Oh, you have any big plans for the night?
No, just been doing a lot of schoolwork lately. Thank you too. Doing a lot of schoolwork lately, unfortunately.
What are you in school for?
Cybersecurity.
Ah, okay. You're keeping the internet safe. It's a noble thing.
Yes, sir.
Is there,
I
is there
plan
anything?
on getting a job where I am like actively defending against hackers.
Oh, that's cool. That's it's an interesting thing, being on the computer. You know, it's an interesting thing being on the computer. Is there anything you wanted to talk about specifically, Orlin?
Yeah, I could use some advice on finding IRL friends. I literally only have virtual friends.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Do you go outside? Do you leave the house?
Other than work, no.
Okay. What do you do when you get off of work?
School or video games. I do stream on Twitch myself.
Well, what city do you live in?
Flint.
Flint in Michigan?
Yeah.
Is there happenings in Flint? Are there things you can go to and do or organize?
Well, that's the thing. I'm not even from Michigan. I just moved here a couple years ago from after dating a girl online over Facebook for 6 months. Well, I mean, we talked for like a month, and then she came down from Michigan to Columbus, Ohio, like every other weekend. And I saw the commitment, so I pulled the trigger. And yeah, I've been here 2.5 years. I don't even know.
Do you know anyone in Flint?
Nope, just my girlfriend.
Okay. Well, why don't you leave your house, man, and go do stuff?
I mean, like, sometimes, like, I have a cool neighbor I talk to, and, like, we smoke sometimes together, but, like, I don't know, like, I clam up, and I feel like a lot of the awkward pauses that are being taken in the conversation are, like, due to my lack of input, and I don't really, like, I feel like I lose the interest of other people.
You feel like you lose the interest of other people? Interesting. How do you feel like you could be better in social interactions?
I mean, I don't know if I have, like, Asperger's or something. Like, I'm starting to believe I do have tisms because there are specific things I focus on. I don't really like loud noises. Like sudden loud noises kind of make me upset. And I don't know, I feel like I don't really read people that well, and my go-to is clamming up, thinking that I'm not doing enough to be interesting to the other person. Like, I was hanging out with my neighbor the other day, and the only thing I was talking about was, like, OBS and stuff like that, and I felt like
let me ask you a question. Are you interested in your neighbor? Do you find your neighbor interesting?
I mean, yeah, kind of. He looks cool. He's got a really cool muscle car.
Okay. Let me here's the thing about social interactions, is they're really less about proving, if you just, the onus of proving yourself to be interesting to other people is not a good way to go about your conversational life. You know, the best way for you to have social interactions is to just actually the complete opposite. It's to just be interested in other people. Now, I don't know if you naturally are interested in other people. I assume because you want friends and you want to be around people more often that you are naturally,
I mean, that's kind of like
interested in other people.
Honestly.
So what I would recommend is that you just start kind of approaching these situations thinking like less about yourself and how you might be coming off, and about how you might be doing something weird or something like that, and start thinking more about just like really trying to dive into whatever natural curiosity you have about the people around you and the people you're talking to.
So first, be interested, and then second, fall into natural flow.
Yeah, man. I don't think a good conversation is about proving that you're cool. I understand where where that comes from, and I understand why that is something that can plague your brain. And I've definitely had interactions where I felt that way. And maybe there is a little bit of that in there, sure, but like at least 80% of it is just being naturally curious and interested in other people, and kind of things I think flow through that.
So let me tell you this. What
Go ahead.
things should I be like looking at to be interested in somebody? Because like I was trying to say was that, I mean, I am lonely to the extent of not having friends, but I don't know how to be interested in other people, really. I mean, like, I have interests, like video games and stuff like that, so I guess if we talk about common things, but I don't know this person. How do they know it's common? And then I just feel like I'm spewing out word vomit.
Well, I mean, you don't know this person, how you know if it's common? I mean, you get to know people by asking them questions and showing an interest in their lives.
True.
And it's okay. Here's the thing, and I like the question of, well, it should come from an authentic place. I mean, are you interested in other people in their lives?
I mean, some people, but very specific people.
Okay.
I guess that is kind of selfish. It's coming from a selfish place.
No, I never said it was selfish. I don't think it's selfish, and I don't think you should think it's selfish either. I'm just trying to kind of, I guess, tap into whatever is authentic about your brain and your interactions with other people.
Yeah, I mean, even like playing video games online, like I have a hard time continuing the conversation beyond video games, but I want to.
Okay, great. You want to. That's a genuine, authentic desire of yours, is to continue the conversation beyond video games. How do you want to continue the conversation beyond video games?
Wait,
what do you want to know? What do you want to? You said you want to continue your conversations beyond video games. Where do you want to go?
I mean, a go-to would be like asking them where they're from.
Cool.
But like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
But you've identified a natural desire that you want to take your conversations that you're having with somebody about something like video games, and you have a genuine desire to take it further.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just follow. I mean it. I think you should just follow wherever that genuine desire takes you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm happy it does, because I really feel that way. So
all right, man. I appreciate the genuine input.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, don't freak out about whether or not you're presenting yourself as the coolest guy in the world.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I always want to brag about myself, I guess, because I mean, I do cool things, but like I was a chef for a while. I worked for a master chef.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's like very selfish of me talking about myself like that.
I wouldn't. The way you're saying it's selfish is making it out like you're like there's something like negative or evil about you, which isn't true. You know, I don't know why I said evil. Evil seems like a staunch word, but I didn't like that you were saying that it was selfish, because I didn't think it was. You have a genuine desire. You want to get to know people on a deeper level, is what you're expressing. Yeah. So, just really, I really mean it, like tap into that desire and see what it leads you to. I guess if I were to say anything to you to kind of wrap, like this conversation is like, it sounds like when you're going into these social interactions, you're tapping more into fear. You're tapping into fear of whether or not this person likes you. You're tapping into fear that you're not interesting enough, or that you're selfish, or that you're this and that. And you're kind of going into these conversations from that place, right? And I would just flip it, and I would flip it, and I would identify that you have a genuine desire to get to know people and to have deeper connections with people, and approach it from that desire. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah. Could I ask you maybe one more question, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
So, I often try to engage with other people on Twitch, other streamers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I find myself feeling like I'm, like, I don't know, like being a nuisance on their stream by typing and being like one of the top chatters, typing like everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's the same scenario as I'm just like, I'm coming from a place that isn't the best mind space?
Well, with streamers, it's weird because that's a really one-sided interaction.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like expressively saying that I'm being a nuisance other than joking with me, but
I mean, do you get, again, it's a really one-sided, I mean, to be totally honest with you, every time I read, even if it's on my own thing, anytime I'm I look at Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and you see comments, I'm always like, who are these people who are like talking? I know everyone in my comments section is now going to reference me saying this, but I'm like, who are these people talking in the internet comments? I don't know what's going on in the brain when it's leaving a comment on a thing. I mean, I appreciate it. For my own shit, I like hearing the feedback. I read the comments and stuff, but that's really, I wouldn't, what you're talking about is not in the field of social interaction, I don't think. But I don't know. What do you want? Like when you're, well, I guess I'll just ask you, like when you're chatting a lot in someone's stream, what are you hoping to get out of that?
just interaction, really. I mean, I'm not looking for followers or anything. Like, I just trying to create, like, be a part of their community, really.
You're trying to interact with the other chatters.
Well, rarely do I interact with the other chat. It's more I'm making comments and they're reading it type shit. And then, like, I feel like I am disconnected with chat often.
I feel, what was the initial thing that you were asking about this, or reason why you wanted to bring this up or talk about it?
Just making connections.
Yeah.
Not having
I feel like
the best tools to have friends and stuff like that. I mean, like, I hop into Discord and I talk to other people that stream that are in the community and stuff, but, like, I mean, I don't really know, like, how do I even call out somebody else in the chat and then start trying to make a connection with them?
Well, what do you want, man? Do you want to be around more people in real life or in Flint, or do you want to have online buddies? Like, what would your ideal scenario be? More
friends, probably, not relying on having one friend that I play games with.
I mean, I think the Discord's a little different from Twitch. Here's the thing, if you're like on Twitch talking to a Twitch streamer trying to like get their attention for like a form of genuine connection, I don't think that's a good idea. But if you're in but you could go to the Discord channel of a Twitch streamer and start talking to the people who are also watch the streamer and maybe, get some interaction like that. But again, I would really
than just trying to tag somebody in chat and make a conversation midstream.
Yeah, but dude, really, I don't know what landscape of Flint, Michigan looks like these days. But if you can, do your best to try to get out of the house and meet some folks in real life.
All right. I appreciate the advice, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Well, thanks for sharing all this stuff with me and trusting me to fucking talk about it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I talked over you.
Everything you do, man.
I'm sorry I talked over you earlier, but there was a second where I was like, I just need to get this thought out, and I need to talk over you to do it. So thanks for bearing with me.
No problem at all. Thank you. I appreciate everything.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I love this community you built, and I hope you never stop doing what you do, Gek.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Enjoy your McDonald's.
I will shove it down my throat. Thank you.
Take care, dude. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Bye.
You know, I don't know. I don't get comments. Every time I see comments, I read my YouTube comments. Part of me thinks I shouldn't because it's like obsessive, I guess, to just sit there and read stuff about yourself. But I don't. But I work a lot on making these podcasts, and so I want to know what people think about them. I have these conversations. I'm gonna read the comments because I want to know what the people in the comments have to say about people in the comments. I think that's fair. I think it's fair for me to want to read the comments about my work. I think it's a bad idea to try to gain a sense of self-esteem from them, but I think it's natural to be curious about them. I don't know why anyone does anything.